case, you might go for a dirty weekend rather than an arty one, but all that could change with the opening of the Turner Contemporary, a brand new gallery designed to breathe new life into the seaside town.
Elegant new gallery is going to convert the wild elements here and the roughness of the town into art and culture. David Chipperfield has clad the gallery in a translucent glass that during the day and the seasons changes colour, capturing and reflecting the moods of a town and a seascape.
This is the Turner Contemporary. It's a big fancy gallery in the small town of Margate, on the south-east coast of England. I live in Margate and the Turner is my local gallery. Named after the English painter William Turner, the Turner Contemporary was built in 2011, and the gallery prides itself on being part of the revival of Margate. And for a small town gallery, the Turner punches above its weight. It's hosted exhibitions by Tracy Emin and Grayson Perry, and in 2019, the Turner Contemporary hosted the Turner Prize, the biggest art competition in the UK. Also, the Turner Contemporary is featured on the new £20 note. But in January 2024, an open letter was written to the Turner Contemporary, asking them to take a stance on the ongoing genocide in Palestine. I'll leave a link to the open letter in the description of this video, but I'll read you a short excerpt here. Turner Contemporary has failed to publicly denounce the genocide in Gaza, call for a permanent ceasefire, or take a clear stance in solidarity with the people of Palestine. As an institution which has for many years supported a diverse range of artists from around the world and exhibited a wide range of socially and politically engaged art, your failure to speak out at this moment on an ongoing genocide is ethically inconsistent and untenable. The open letter had 4 demands: that the Turner Contemporary makes an unequivocal statement in support of the Palestinian people, that the Turner Contemporary calls for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza and the occupied Palestinian territories, that Turner Contemporary engages with local and national organisations to take positive action towards pushing for change and justice for Palestine, Palestinian artists, and those in solidarity with the Palestinian people, and that the Turner Contemporary disclose and divest from any funding and links to the Zionist State of Israel. The open letter has been signed by more than 300 people, including Brian Eno, Mark Leckie, and Zarina Mohammed. I encourage you to sign the open letter yourself. The link is in the description to this video. When Russia illegally invaded Ukraine in 2022, the Turner Contemporary promptly showed solidarity with Ukraine and covered their buildings in the blue and yellow of the Ukrainian flag. And on their website, the Turner Contemporary claims to stand in solidarity with the fight for racial justice and to recognise the importance of being an anti-racist organisation. And every year during Margate Pride, they light up their building in rainbow colours. So it's a bit weird that they've been so quiet on Palestine. Last week, the Turner Contemporary was gearing up for their big summer exhibition of the abstract expressionist painter Ed Clark, and on the 24th of May, they hosted a very exclusive private view for their patrons only. Given the Turner Contemporary's continued silence on Palestine, a local activist group called Fan It for Palestine decided to host a protest right outside the Turner Contemporary whilst they hosted this exclusive private view for their patrons. Here are some clips I filmed on my phone.
Has gone to artists that have had shows here. Those artists have signed the letter. Those artists have risked their career. They've turned down money. People like Ty Shani, who's spoken up time and time and time and time again. Time and time again against genocide. That money from these patrons has paid for shows by artists like Ty, who helped write the letter, who fed into this. Today, white view the kind of publicity that Turner would die for, the kind of cultural capital they would love, they've been shouting us out, they've been pushing this protest today. So we're on the right side of history. Turner, you need to turn round.
And one of the problems that I see is white audiences that don't want to hear the real deal. They don't want to hear about liberation. They want everything put in boxes that make them feel comfortable. Everyone gets to feel comfortable except the Palestinians. And it's not okay. It's not okay.
More importantly, as I look around you. If you live in Margate, you know the artists. There are various different communities of artists here. Can you see them here? Can you see them? Did you not know? There's a lot of people missing from this town. And that says a lot. That says a whole lot.
The next day, the Turner Contemporary's new exhibition of Ed Clark's work became open to the public, and I went down to see how things were going. There were a lot of visitors and the exhibition was very nicely put together. I like Ed Clark's paintings, but I didn't feel great about being there, given the Turner Contemporary's ongoing silence around Palestine. Looking at these lovely abstract expressionist paintings reminded me of a Philip Guston quote. I was feeling split. The Vietnam War. What was happening in America, the brutality of the world. What kind of man am I, sitting at home, reading magazines, going into a frustrated fury about everything, and then going into my studio to adjust a red to a blue? Those were my thoughts, but I wanted to know what the locals were thinking, so I went down to the Turner Contemporary and asked. So I've come to the Turner Contemporary to ask members of the public whether they think the Turner Contemporary should call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. I've probably asked about 10 people, but no one really wants to be on camera. Most people have said yes, they think the Turner should call for an immediate ceasefire, but actually no one wants to be filmed, which is fair enough. It's quite early in the morning and it's a heated topic. People don't want to say the wrong thing. But yeah, that's what I learned today. I reached out to the Turner Contemporary to see if I could get their perspective on this issue. I at least wanted to understand why they were refusing to put out a statement of solidarity or call for a ceasefire. So I DM'd them on Friday the 24th of May, asking if they had a position on the situation in Gaza, which they didn't respond to. Then I sent them a follow-up DM 2 days later, informing them that I was going to make this video and asking to speak to their media team. So far they've not responded to that either. So they can't say I didn't try to get their perspective. But as we all know, this issue is much bigger than just the Turner Contemporary. Something I find frustrating about the art world is the way art institutions pretend to be progressive and liberal when it suits them. But when it comes down to it, they always end up being conservative institutions that don't challenge the status quo. And the art world as a whole has been so disappointing when it comes to Palestine. But if the Turner Contemporary were to put out a statement of solidarity with the Palestinian people, and to call for a ceasefire, this could have a domino effect, leading to more cultural institutions in Margate and beyond feeling like they can do the same. Turner Contemporary, if you're watching this, and for some reason I feel that you're going to see this, you could be the first major British gallery to take a strong stance on Palestine. That's something the whole town could be proud of. And years from now, the Turner Contemporary could look back on that decision with pride. Or you can stay quiet and hope that all this unwanted attention goes away. But to quote Desmond Tutu, if you're neutral in situations of injustice, you've chosen the side of the oppressor.